It's May the 11th, 2024, and today I just figured I'd do a video and just kind of show you guys around the property and some of the stuff that I've been doing around here, just some of the plants that I've been growing. I figured I'd give you a little clip of the baby goats that we have, because I showed you guys, I think just 2 of them so far, and we've had a whole bunch more, so I figured I'd hop back there today and just let you guys check that out, just to give you something a little bit different. We've had soccer games all morning. It's currently like 3:15 or something like that, and so we've been gone all morning. I just got home right now, and I figured I'd just go ahead and I mean, we literally just walked in the door, and I figured I'd go ahead and just knock out a video really quick. I did want to show you guys this. Last night I was out working over here, doing some stuff with my kids. We're trying to put this thing together, and once again, here we go. I come across another bottle, and it just goes to show, you know, once again, you just never know. It was upside down like this in the ground. All I could see, you see there's a bunch of dirt in here, but it's a Stella Artois bottle right there. You know, something that I used to drink when I drank beer. And I gotta be quite honest with you guys, when I found that in the woods, you know, the first thing that it made me think about when I grabbed it, because I'm not gonna just leave it laying there. When I picked up out of the ground, it made me think about what a cold beer would taste like. I was walking it because I threw it. I've got a 5-gallon bucket that I use as a trash can in this building right here, and I threw it in that bucket, and when I came out here to film today, I saw it in there. I threw something else in the bucket, and I thought, you know, I ought to show this, because the first thing that I thought of, I'm not lying to you guys, the first thing I thought of when I picked up out of the ground was I could taste the flavor of the beer in my mouth, and thinking about that cold beer and the bubbles. I mean, it just, you know, just right there. And you know, it was just, I just accidentally walked across an empty bottle in the woods from who knows when. I mean, obviously a couple years ago, but you know, once again, how easily something can trigger us and, you know, bring those thoughts into our head. And, you know, why we always need to be on top of our guard. Because, you know, something like that could lead down a really quick slope into making a mistake that, you know, we're highly going to regret. I was just watching a guy on YouTube the other day, and he had just made the video. You guys might actually watch this guy. I think he was like Australian or something. His channel was something like Let's Talk or something like that. I think it's the name of his channel, but he was talking about how he had just gotten in a few months of sobriety, and, you know, he was sitting there thinking to himself about how easy his life had gotten since he had gotten sober. You know, basically his life was on autopilot, and just everything had kind of worked itself out. The kinks had worked themselves out, and he was just really enjoying his life and thinking about how easy his life is. And he said he had just made a video just a couple of weeks ago talking about just that topic, about how much better his life had gotten, and then he relapsed. And he was talking about the shame that he felt, and the regret that he felt, and how bad that he felt, you know, dealing with the withdrawals and starting back over. He was in day 1, having to start back over again, and how much of a pain that was, having to do that all over again. And that's why, you know, staying on top of your guard, making sure we don't slip up. Because when we do, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all, because it's part of the journey for a lot of us, but, you know, protecting ourselves the best that we can so that we don't, because, you know, trying to get back out of that again is just so difficult, and it's painful. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of regret that's involved in that, and thinking about all the time that you spent and all the hours that you suffered through to get to the point where you are, and then to, you know, fall off the wagon and have to go back through all that again. It's horrible to have to go through. I know, I've been through it so many times, but, you know, once again, guys, I just wanted to show you all that. You know, you never know when something might pop up and just trigger you, and you just have to be so careful, and not let that thought just stick around in your head. You know, as soon as it comes in, let it go back out. David in the comments was saying just the other day about how he still gets those thoughts too, but he knows and he's confident that, you know, that thought will come in, and as easy as it came into his head, he knows it's going to leave eventually. And he said they always do. They come in and they go, and they do. Those thoughts, they do that. They'll come in and they don't hang around for a super long time, you know, and especially the further we get out, the shorter duration that they'll hang around. You know, it might only be for a couple minutes or maybe a couple seconds, but just let that feeling just kind of dissipate, and it eventually will, and you're going to be in so much better of a situation if you don't decide to take that drink, because it just causes so many problems, and the regret that we feel after that, that's just not worth it. It's just dealing with the regret that you're gonna feel and how bad you'll feel after that, because then you have to start all over again with the withdrawals and all that stuff, and it's just no fun. But anyway, I don't want to harp on that too long today. Like I said, I just wanted to show you guys that, and once again, I thought I had all that stuff cleaned up, and there's another bottle, and you know, I'm glad I was on top of it when I found it. But anyway, I'm gonna jump back here and let you guys check out my garden that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, and see how far along that's come, because that's come really far. We've been getting a lot of rain around here lately, so all the plants are really starting to flourish. And like I said, then I figured I'd show you guys the baby goats. So hang tight and I'll let you guys check all that out. And I'm going to show you guys some other plants that I got. I filmed those before I sat down just now. But I just showed you some of the plants that are like on my porch. I got some flowers and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you guys my farm and my hobby and the stuff that keeps me busy. You know, when I'm feeling well enough to do it, I'm playing with my plants, because that's just, I really enjoy doing it. And you know, that's why I always talk about having a hobby. But anyway, I just want to show my hobby off today, so I'll be right back, guys. I got these plants right here that I grew. They all propagated. I propagated them all from one plant that I brought inside last winter. And they were just little teeny little plants that I planted each one. They've grown this far. And these ferns, I bought those. But these lilies, this is the third year they've come back. This one I had to move out in the sun because it just wasn't doing well. But this one right here is just beautiful. But you know, this is one of the things that's my hobby that I really enjoy doing. And down here, all this stuff was propagated. Like these guys, I cut them off of bushes and over there, and then all these plants were all propagated. These that are hanging, and over here, those were propagated off that one plant that I saved from last winter. But all these guys, that's a beauty berry that I propagated right there. These flowers, this Nile plant right here. It's called an umbrella plant, and then all these. I've got this ivy that I propagated off of a plant, and this stuff just coming up everywhere. This is a banana tree right here. It'll be huge by the end of the summer. But all these, once again, propagated. But this is just my hobby. One of the things I enjoy doing. This tree right here I took from that plantation. It was just a little teeny tiny little sapling I pulled up out of the ground and transplanted it here last year. And this is an apple tree that I pulled out of an apple that I ate, and I just grew the seed. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff, like this little guy right here. These will start coming in right now, but all that stuff has been propagated. And over here, I got all these blackberry bushes that are coming in, and these are all wild blackberries, but you can just see they're just coated. I mean, there are thousands of berries on these plants. But we pick these every year, and I make blackberry jam or a blackberry compote, like blackberry syrup for like waffles and stuff like that out of all of them. But they go all the way up here too. There's a whole bunch more over here. These are all blackberries right there as well. We have a lot of different kinds of stuff growing out here. We also have right here this vine that's growing right there. That's a passion flower or maypop right here. You see that vine? Those are all maypops. And there's another one right there. The Native Americans actually used this plant for, they made like a tea out of the leaves. You can still buy it in the grocery store. But anyway, I just got a whole bunch of stuff growing out here. There's a lily that's about to open up right there. And this plant right here, these are beauty berries that are growing right here. These are edible as well. There's no berries coming up on them yet, but they produce a purple berry and like a bluish, dark blue berry. It's edible. And these guys right here, I propagated these from that plantation that I showed you guys. Those are prickly pear right there, and I've got a couple more in the backyard. And all these plants right here, these were all propagated from 3 different plants that I got from this lady years ago. And I have put them all over the property. Got a whole bunch more over there beside that pool. Here's my other prickly pears that I propagated right there. And there's another one right there. I just cut, all you have to do is you just cut the lobe off and you cut it like right here. And then you just plant it in dirt and keep watering it until the cactus starts to grow roots. But figured, like I said, I'd show you guys the garden and how that's looking right now. Everything's starting to come in and look really nice. And you can see all this stuff starting to come up. These are lemon cucumber. You got soybeans growing in here. You got dogs barking. These are okra plants. I think I can't see far enough. The Swiss chard right there. That's some squash right here, I think. I can't see what that is. Over here, I think that's some kind of bean. I'd have to walk in there to be able to tell you exactly what this stuff is. I guess I can. But you can just see these plants are really starting to come in really nice. And these are watermelon radishes right here. I mean, those are big plants. These are sunflowers right here growing. We've got carrots. These aren't carrots, this is squash. And this is all corn right here. Brussels sprouts. As you can tell, my parsley and mint have really gotten overgrown right here. These are all potatoes right here. These are really coming in now. I mean, these plants are, I mean, you can see by my hand, I mean, they're big. They're at least 3 feet tall. Got a bunch of stuff right here. Some of this stuff I kind of spread seed and then tore all this up with a tractor. So a bunch of stuff got mixed in here, but this is all corn. That's gonna be a really nice crop this year, I can already tell. But everything's really starting to look nice back in here. It's gonna be a really nice year for our plants. I've got a bunch of watermelons planted out here. I do not like melons being planted in my garden because they get so big. Like right here, that's a watermelon plant right there. Here's another one right here. There's a watermelon plant. There's a watermelon plant. I've got them. I know what they're gonna look like when they come up. I just decided to sporadically plant them out here. Well, I have my kids do it, but it's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna show you guys the goats. There's a couple right there. There. There's a couple of them. here too.